What's up, Rad fam? How y'all doing? Today we are going to jump into and explore a visual novel. Like, it has great reviews. It says it is fantastic, it is deep, it is thought-provoking, it wraps you up and spits you out, and you're all just like, your brain's a little bit goopy at the end. That's a way to describe it. So let's just jump right into it. The shadows that run alongside our car. Oh, I love me a good visual novel. Dig it, dig the vibe already. Whose eyes will you see the road through? Driver or passenger? Driver or passenger? I'm gonna say passenger, because I would like to be the passenger in a road trip, because I'm always the one that ends up driving everywhere. Ooh, gun it. Okay. I lay back against the passenger seat. It's weird, sitting on this side of the car. Yeah, that's literally what I was just saying. It is weird, because I'm literally always the driver, I feel like. But my stomach's been feeling off for a while, and I just can't drive. And so I've handed my keys over to the stranger. Stranger. Oh, okay. That's an interesting person to do a road trip with. What's the worst that could happen, right? Lots? Death? Murder. I stare at the window, watching the unchanging scenery whiz by. Okay, that's a weird noise. He's not saying anything back, okay? There's an awkward silence, but I don't feel like filling it. Understandable. It's so stuffy in this car. I reach for the window control button and let the window roll open. Thank you for that. I like the dramatic pause. You sure that's a good idea? Why? Why is that not a good idea? It's not like, this is about zombies? It's not like zombies are just going to hurl themselves at a moving car. Oh my god, I love zombies. I didn't even know it was about zombies. Oh, I had a vibe. I'm so happy I picked this game to play today. But now it has to do with zombies. And if you know me, if you don't, hi, hello, my name's Kay, Keelina, GitRad. How you doing? Click the bell and be notified. That'd be great, thank you. I just love it, and I talk about them all the time. So much so that it's been normalized within my friend group and family, and we just talk about them. But anyways, back to the game. Comfort, but like, I also agree with him, and I feel like a zombie might just hurl themselves into the window sometimes. You know what I mean? I guess it depends. If you're in the middle of nowhere, I'd feel safe, but I'm not in the middle of nowhere, that window is staying locked up, because like, someone gets jammed and then you can't roll it back up, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'd crack it. Well, who knows? Maybe they would. Fair enough. The slight breeze is good against my neck. But this guy looks like he wants to say something. So, guess this is kind of strange to be asking after 3 whole days, but what's your name anyway? 3 days and you didn't ask that? Right, we never did introduce ourselves. What's your name? Well, nice to officially meet you then, GitRad. Name's, Dustin, sure. Dustin. Okay. I guess names would not mean too much in the apocalypse, would it? Well, maybe it would. It'd retain a sense of normalcy. It'd make you feel like you're more connected to the stranger in the car with you. But now this all makes sense. There's a silence, and a silence. He's happy, she's skeptical. Feel that. He looks dissatisfied. How was he expecting me to react? It's not like I really care, but somehow he doesn't look very much like a Dustin. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess your mind, there's no TV. Your survival is constantly on your brain. Maybe you wanted a good distraction. Like, does your name fit your face? I continue staring out the window. The sky is so red. Interesting. Why is it red? Maybe this is like a nuclear fallout type zombie deal. Not the most common anymore, but it's still interesting. Normally, I'd think it was pretty, but now it's just depressing me. Oh, maybe it's just a pretty sunset. Bad things come after dark. Y'all, I'm afraid of nighttime to begin with, so with zombies? Oh yeah, don't catch me in a car there. I remember that all too well. I'd rather not think about that, so I decided to break the silence after all. So, what were you doing before everything happened? Oh, he looks surprised. I guess I haven't been talking much since we met. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. You know, this and that, and not really answering my question at all. I've never really settled into one thing in particular. What does that mean? What does that mean? That's weird, whatever. That's a little weird. We're in the apocalypse and we have nothing but time and words, and you're choosing not to really answer them, so that's weird. He doesn't sound like he really wants to talk about it. I don't care. We're in the apocalypse. I wouldn't care if we were just like now in a car. I'd be like, what do you mean? I wonder what his job really was. Maybe he was a trash collector? He does look kind of dirty. I mean, they make good money, don't they? So, like, why would he be embarrassed by that? Well, I shouldn't be rude. I'm not much of a catch myself. It's the apocalypse. What's that matter? What about you? This ride is yours, right? Yeah. Well, It's really my dad's car, or was. Even when he was alive, though, I was the only one who ever drove it. After Dad got that third DUI, his license was revoked. He used that as an excuse to never leave the house. It was just as well anyway. Sometimes he'd leave the car somewhere and forget where. Okay, well, it's dark and sad. Guess he didn't. Sorry, never mind. I'm feeling surprisingly calm about this. It's like I'm on the outside looking in. Disassociation, right? Kind of like you're so just exhausted, I guess, about your circumstances that you can't even take another moment to comprehend really the emotional taxing toll that being in the apocalypse would make you feel. I wonder if I'm really that callous. Maybe the apocalypse is just getting me more perspective. It's okay. The booze would have killed him eventually anyway. Dang, that was deep. Dark. Deep? Not so much deep. Well, that was a lot. It was heavy. That was a lot. Pretty quiet in here, huh? Yeah. Take a hint already. Surprisingly, not much noise at the end of the world. Still. Do you think there's any radio stations left? I'd be pretty shocked if so. Well, how long has it been? Because you guys met 3 days ago, but like, your car's still working, and like, I'm assuming those are probably original clothes for some reason. So I'm thinking the apocalypse has only really happened a few days ago. So I'd be still checking everything and anything, wouldn't you? Like for radio stations and stuff? I don't know. Reckon it couldn't hurt to look though. Yeah, look. I reached towards the console and turned the radio dial in one direction. There's nothing but static. Sometimes metallic screeching. Great. Hang on a sec. Go back. What did you hear exactly? There couldn't really be something here, could there? I slowly rotate the knob back the other way. Wait, is that mariachi? You know, beggars cannot be choosers, y'all. And in the world of no music, play whatever comes, you know what I mean? Oh my god. Oh, they're like laughing because like, how random would that be, right? Oh my god, I cannot believe. Out of all the music that could be playing, this is what we get. What am I thinking? Of course it is. Of course we're on the highway to hell in the dark and mariachi's the only music available to us. Hey, I think mariachi's fun. You know, it kind of makes you want to dance. The combination of Spanish vocals and horns on the track are completely ridiculous right now. But I mean, I guess if you don't ever listen to mariachi, that would feel very, very random. I'm actually dying. Are you actually dying though? The dulcet tones of this fabulous man are actually killing me. That was not what I was expecting. Who the hell's out here running this? Of all the music that would be left. Man, it takes a minute to settle down, but then, wait, isn't this the same song again? Ugh, it's probably on an endless loop, because why wouldn't it be? Typical. Sure seems that way. Guess it's just Ghosts on the Waves after all. They put that song there probably as like a cue to the outside world that there's someone here. But I mean, I guess how would you ever find out where that station's based out of if you don't have the internet, you know? God, how would you find that out? I guess you wouldn't. And the undead aren't exactly interested in DJing. What do you think a zombie would even listen to? Is death metal too obvious of an answer? Rob Zombie? Or maybe they're all into baby metal these days. I don't know. I think the Grateful Dead seems more apt. You know, I've always wondered this, but what are they grateful for exactly? Who, zombies or like the band? Maybe they finally found themselves some peace. Peace, huh. I wish they'd let the rest of us have some. Ain't so bad right now, anyway. I mean, still pretty bad. Well, except for that. He gestures towards the console. 101.7 is now the Infinite Loop Mariachi radio station. So what are you into anyway? Music-wise, I really like Alanis Morissette. Top 40 hits, that sort of thing. Not like I had a lot of free time to explore my musical taste for anything. You? And don't tell me it's baby metal. Hey, that's... teach their own. Will you judge me if I say I actually haven't heard of them? No, that might be for the best. He doesn't have to know that I unironically like baby metal. It's always the people that are the most critical, right? What do you listen to then? Most people look at me and expect me to be into the Stones or Marley or something, but, well, you'd probably actually judge me more for this. Try me. ABBA. Oh no, ABBA's just fun. You know, anyone that says they don't like ABBA, you're entitled to that opinion, but also, like, you're missing out. Oh my god, I cannot keep a straight face. That's cute. They're having such a cute moment at the end of the world with zombies eating people in the background. I lost it. Everything is just too much. He looks kind of sullen. I'm sorry, Dustin, but I'm not that sorry. Told you. No, it's fine. Their music's catchy. I managed to get these words out. She likes top 40, so like what's a, you know what I mean? It was just top 40 from a few decades ago. All this laughing is making my stomach hurt more. Damn it. I mean, my parents listen to ABBA, but it's fine. It's fine. Your parents? Ugh. What's that? Enjoy what you enjoy, y'all. Do not feel like down or like feel you to justify things you like, you know? It's music. Who freaking cares? How old are you anyway? You seem a bit young for Alanis. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, what year is this? But then you mentioned baby metal. How old do you think I am? I hate that question. That is a question just don't ask. Don't ask. Why are you setting up? The person's not going to answer truthfully because they don't want to offend you. You know what I mean? Just don't ever ask that question. Just say your age. Don't make it a thing. I'm pretty sure there is no right way to answer this. Except for that one. I'm 22. What kind of reaction is that? Yeah, what kind of reaction is that? Maybe he's like 32 and he just thinks like, oh, she's young, but it's the end of the world and she's 22. Like, what's the big deal? I don't get it. No, whoa, you look so young or anything like that. I mean, why be vain? Well, what's the point of having vanity when there's zombies that could munch off your face? I wonder how old Dustin is anyway. Then ask! This music's kind of similar to ABBA, isn't it? All peppy and stuff. You should be happy to have it. That sure is an optimistic take on it. Alright, enough of you. He purposely reaches over and shuts off the radio. He's got a surprisingly immature side to him, too. Did you ever expect things to end up this way? Do people expect the apocalypse? Well, yeah, some people do. What? Where did that come from all of a sudden? Pause, immediately change the subject. Pause? I mean, I want to talk about it, but okay. Why do you have to ruin the mood like that? It's getting dark, huh? Why doesn't she want to talk about it? The sun sets so late in summer. I'm a bit surprised we still have any light at all at this hour. Especially without the streetlights and all. It's like the sky's just been saving it up. Looks a bit like a dying fire. That sounds kind of morbid, but kind of fitting for the end of the world. It's silent again for a little while, but it doesn't last. So you never really told me what it is that you do. I mean, doesn't have to be a job or anything, but, well, what do you like to do, or what did you before everything? Like to do? I turn my eyes to the window as I think of my life. Actually, I worked a lot. I didn't really have time for much other than that. So no video games, all that sad. No Netflix. I would wake up, shower, go to work, have a lunch break, go back to work, get off work, eat dinner, watch TV for a few minutes before passing out. Unfortunately, that is a life I think a lot of people can relate to. And then the whole thing would start all over again in the morning. That was about it. I like how she's still wearing her uniform. Like, even in the apocalypse, she cannot escape that shirt. And after leading such a boring life, I ended up here. Well, you're only 22. Like, calm down, you know? 22 is so young. Well, I guess you would feel a little differently if that world ceased to exist. I'm probably not even gonna go out with a bang. My death's going to be just as dull as my life. Well, I mean, you got to say you probably would get eaten by a zombie. I mean, it's a pretty freaking interesting death in my opinion. Not one I would ever want, but like, I would not classify that as dull. I guess that'd be most people's story. It's tough out there. Was tough. Probably tougher now. Probably. All kind of pointless in the end, isn't it? You work your damn tail off and everything goes to pot anyway. And you just wonder why you didn't spend your time better. You know? That's deep. Why would you be mean to that? Like, don't be mean. Don't be mean anyway, but like in the apocalypse especially, don't be mean, you know? Don't shut someone out. That's actually exactly how I feel about it too. I'm surprised I'm actually able to relate to him. Yeah. But I guess it doesn't matter either way. Zombies don't care whether you're a good or bad person. Deep. We're all gonna die in the end. So, what about you? I'm sure you didn't spend all your time listening to ABBA. I used to travel a lot, looking for work and stuff. I suppose you could call me a bit of a nomad. Did he backpack across Europe or something? Then ask. Oh my god, ask. You want a conversation? Freaking contribute. What does nomad mean in this context? Well, whatever. Maybe he's homeless? That sounds really cliche. No, not really. It sort of suits you. To tell the truth, I haven't really had much purpose in a while. I've just been getting by. Again, a story I feel like a lot of people can relate to. When you can't find something to do, you sort of lose yourself. It gets pretty dark. Got to the point I used to wish I could just take a vacation from life. Guess I got my wish, didn't I? I used to wish for that too. I wanted to be free. I didn't want to be responsible for Dad anymore. Oh, wow, I'm sure there's a lot of feelings that go to that, huh? And now I'm not, but I can't say whether that's really a good thing or not. Wishes never do come true the way you expect them, huh? Yeah, monkey's paw. My stomach starts to throb painfully. I look down and press my hand against it. It felt okay for a while there, but it's acting up again. God, why did this all have to happen? Still feel nauseous? Damn, I shouldn't be so obvious about it. I don't want to cause any trouble. This might be causing even more trouble though. Oh, yeah, it's gone a little better, but... Anyway, I move my hand away from my stomach. It's not like resting my hand there will make the pain go away. In a way, as long as I feel that pain, I know I'm still alive. That was morbid as hell. That's what I was thinking. What's wrong with me? You're in the apocalypse! I don't think you can not be morbid for like a little bit. I think you would take some adjustment, you know? If you'd ever get adjusted to it, maybe you wouldn't. It's not all The Walking Dead, you know? I'm just exhausted, which doesn't help things. You know how it is. You think we should stop and rest? I glance at the fuel gauge on the dashboard, nervous. We barely have a fourth of the tank left as it is. Nah, like it or not, we'll be stopping soon anyway. Braking would just waste gas. Onwards it is then. Trying to ignore my pain, I keep my eyes on the endless road stretched out ahead of us. Like, I wonder where their plan is. Is it just to go into the car, doesn't go anymore? It really hurts now. I don't think I've been in this much pain in my life. And that's saying a lot, considering what I had to go through every month. I deserve this, don't I? I shouldn't feel bad about it. I brought it on myself. Do you ever wonder, like, why us? How do we make it this far? I think everyone would ask that, right? Like, I would definitely be asking that. But then I remember all the times I thought of zombie apocalypse beforehand. And is it really such a good thing that we're still alive? From that moment I swung that baseball bat, I sealed my own fate. Just as I start to sink into really dark thoughts, I hear Dustin's voice. Honestly, I try not to think so hard about stuff like that. If I stop to wonder what my own life was worth, it's a dangerous train of thought, I'll tell you that. Man, that's deep. Yeah, I mean, I get it though, because like you would think, what's the point of continuing if this is what there's to continue for? But then you'd always hold out hope. And as long as you have a little bit of hope, that's enough to keep going. And it's like, why would your life be any more important than someone else's? But then why would it not be as important as somebody else? Like, you'd constantly be asking that. It's a lot, it's a lot, it's a lot. We're here, that's what matters. Despite it all, we're here and we're safe. The how and why of it is just garnish on the salad. You know, I didn't believe it at first. I mean, that we really are facing the apocalypse or whatever. So the first couple months I just, oh, this is months later, kept working, kept on like everything was fine. And then I couldn't ignore it anymore. And then Dad, how do I even begin to explain? Listen, you don't gotta answer me if you don't want to, but your old man, what happened? My dad, I killed him. I smacked him in the head with a baseball bat and then ran like hell. Oh. Okay. So he needed more beer, right? Of course he did. He was a deadbeat alcoholic. But they wouldn't even let him in or near the liquor store anymore, so he wandered off into another one. Just so happened that that part of town was infested. Oh, so like part of the world like kept working as normal. Is that what it means? I guess she did say she kept working, which would explain why she's like still in her uniform. So maybe like it's kind of like 28 weeks later, where like they like quarantined areas and like people came back after they thought it was okay. Okay, get it. That's an interesting way to look at it. It took a while before I even noticed, since he wasn't really any different from usual. Does it count as murder if you kill a zombie? No, I wouldn't think it would. Does it count as murder if you never get arrested because your town's entire police force is now undead? That's pretty pathetic, huh? But so is my dad. And so am I. And in the end, I won't be doing much better. My stomach is burning with pain now, and guilt. I stare out the window, seeing nothing but darkness. Who knows what could be lurking out there? Though that hasn't changed since way before, I guess. Aww. Comfort. Solace. Human connection. I feel a sudden warmth on top of my hand, hesitant at first, but then steady. Dustin's hand envelops mine and I feel comforted, safe. We're still here, just remember that. Until that changes, there's still time. Things might never get any better. I'd be stupid to assume that they would. But while we're still breathing, there's hope. That's pretty cheesy, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sorry about that. About your dad, I mean. Even if you didn't get on with him, I bet it'd still be hard, losing someone that close to you. It would be a mixed bag of emotion. Wow, where do I even start? White lie, be honest. Be honest. Be honest. What's the point of lying? For some reason, I feel like I can be honest with Dustin. Even though I barely know him, I trust him. Somehow. My mouth opens all on its own and words spill out. Honestly, I felt relieved when he died. And then I felt awful for feeling relieved. But I spent 7 years of my life taking care of him. At the end of it all, I just felt free. Not that I got to enjoy that feeling of freedom for long. It makes me feel like a monster to admit all this to somebody else. It really does. But that's the truth. I applaud your honesty. I mean, I feel like anyone in that situation would pretty much be going through this exact thing. I wouldn't worry too much. There's no wrong way to feel. And he was a zombie and he was probably going to try to kill you and eat your face. So I feel like you're justified. He's right. I know that I'm only human. I'm not a monster. Not yet, anyway. I guess I'm almost privileged. No one I care about has been around in a long while. Oof. Okay. Ouch. Heartstrings. I wonder if there's anyone else still out here. I wonder if they're stuck out here like this. I wonder if we'll ever even know. Dustin, I what? I can't go on like this. Just keeping it to myself. Hey, Dustin. There's something I need to tell you. What'd she say? She turned into a zombie? I touch my stomach lightly with the palm of my hand. The searing pain reminds me that I'm no longer entirely human. No, she's turned into a zombie. She didn't tell him. That's kind of dangerous and rude. I gave my humanity up when I killed my dad. I should have said something before. I wanted to, but I was scared. I'm still scared. I didn't even hesitate. I swung that baseball bat as hard as I could. And then he bit me in the stomach as a parting gift as he crumbled to the ground. Man, I'd feel no remorse of killing him then. Even in death, Dad still found some way to screw me over. And that's why I'd just be filled with hatred and rage. Very unhealthy, probably, but Hey, stop. It's okay. I always blame Dad for Mom leaving us. He was selfish. He was an asshole. He was this, he was that. She still left and left you there, so I mean, okay. But just look at me. I put Dustin's life in danger. I've lied to him since the day we met. I'm my father's daughter. But I just keep calm, alright? We don't really know how this all works, so maybe there's a way. I'm so sorry. Does it hurt? Not as much as I expected it to. I mostly just feel cold and hungry. I'm not even sure if that was anything to do with being bitten. If it wasn't for this, I look down at my stomach. I might think I just imagined it. I wish I was dreaming right now. I wish this wasn't reality. I wish I was dead. Careful there. Remember that thing about wishes. Guess she'd be not dead. Aww. I guess she'd be so desperate for just interaction with a non-zombie yet that you would want to cling to hope and you'd want to cling to the person and the possibility that maybe they're the cure. Maybe they beat it. Maybe she didn't actually get bit, you know? Monkey's paw, right? I guess sitting in a car beats having customers or my manager to yell at me. Silver lining. Retail? Almost as bad as zombies. Worse, probably. Anyway, you should sleep if you want to. If I knew I was turning into a zombie, the last thing I'd want to do is sleep. I mean, I don't want to sleep now. We'll probably be on the road for a while. A while, huh? Well, a rest does sound nice. I always had to get up so early for work. I'm not used to being up this late. I'm starting to feel really sleepy. Will you wake me up if anything happens? My mind flashes to the baseball bat still in my trunk. No, I won't think about that right now. Of course. And hey, gotta be somewhere better down the road, right? Better than back there at any rate. Yeah, maybe there'll even be a station that plays both Alanis and ABBA. Maybe I've been running ever since Mom left. I never looked back, just kept going. It was all I could do to keep from falling apart. Dustin and I, we've both done enough. We've both gotten farther than I ever thought possible. I notice that the fuel gauge light is on, but I feel strangely at peace. I close my eyes, smiling as my consciousness already starts to drift. Wherever this road goes, whatever lies at the end of it, we lived. The proof of that will remain no matter what. So for now, let's just keep going forward. That's the end. Oh, that was so emotional and heartfelt and like deep and connected and about human nature and connections and love and just stuff and camaraderie and just the apocalypse. And oh, I really dug that. I want more. Wish we would have saw little zombies. Wish we would have saw little flashbacks of some like creepy scenes, but I dug it. Well, I hope you guys dug the game. I hope you dug this video. And if you did dig it, keep on digging it. Click the bell so you're notified when the next video goes live, so you'll hopefully dig that too. Until next time, keep it the roundness and hope to see you again real soon. Deuces.